Good evening, everybody. Ezra Senpai here with another Keter discussion. All right, what the hell are we doing? We're doing this thing. Okay. If you're joining in the chat, make sure you say hi. This week I brought two more people in. I brought some good friends of mine, and they're going to be here to introduce themselves. Here they are.
I guess I'll start first. So,
Yeah.
Hi everyone. I'm the admin of the Chaos Breaker page. For those of you who know me, I actually don't care really at this point. My name is Alex. I play Vanguard, or I still play Vanguard casually, and
You're also our residential judge.
I'm ex-judge now.
Ex-judge?
Yes, the reason why I'm an ex-judge now is because I forgoed the test because I don't have time.
Okay.
I just wish I had enough time to do the test, and by the time it happened, I was like, ugh, I just couldn't do it. But I do know my rulings, I know my stuff, so if you do have any questions, I can still give you my input on that. Whether other judges agree or not, we'll see. But me, I usually go to the ex-head judge as well to get to make sure about stuff. But yeah, I'm an ex-head judge, and yeah.
All right, sorry about that.
All right.
My TikTok was on.
All right, what's up, y'all? Savage Armor Jones Giraffe. I do run a YouTube channel, which is Mrs. Do Nation. I do like weekly stuff. I mainly main, as judged by the name, all three of the Zoo Nation clans. I don't know if I'm gonna branch out to Aqua Force and Grand Blue again though, but
I mean, the options are there for you. The options are there for you.
That's true. Like, let me see. Like Aqua Force, I really want to play Maelstrom again, but Maelstrom's too expensive right now. So
just play his son. Just play his grandson.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely play his grandson. I'll play his grandson most definitely. Grand Blue, I feel like has gotten to the point where it's kind of expensive too as well. So that's gonna be like an interesting journey. But yeah, man, we here with the Stoichia game, or however the hell you say it, because I still can't pronounce that name.
Stoichia.
Stoichia.
Yeah, it's some weird thing. So I mean, I'm not about to get into that either.
Man, we got like the most difficult names, especially like Great Nature wise, like all of their strikes. But yeah, man, you can follow me on the Savage Armor Jones Giraffe page. There's also the YouTube channel Mrs. Zoo Nation, and I do stream from time to time on Alicorn Lion, so there's that.
Yeah, and if you follow my Twitch Twitch channel is Kaito11. I do a mixture of other different things. I do some card fight Vanguard. I do Battle Spirits, which is a Japanese card game. I do other video game stuff on occasion. I do Zero on occasion. I just haven't had time lately, so it's been, it's been difficult.
I bet. Okay, so I just tagged your guys' Facebook pages. If you guys want to share that, you can just reach out. Branch out, try to get your audience through the Facebook pages.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, so
Thanks, bro.
yeah, no problem. Okay, so there's already a question, and this is from my Kohai. This is from Vanguard Wonder or Chris Eternal in there. So ex-judge Alex, if I were to combine my shadow tokens and plant tokens in the same deck, would I get DQ'd?
No, I couldn't even see it because it's like so blended in. I think you don't have like a background on it, so like
yeah, okay. I was afraid this was gonna happen. I was absolutely afraid.
So I was like, I couldn't. So in the topic of tokens, right? Tokens. Are you referring to like tokens, like the stuff that goes like in the imaginary gift zone? Because if that's what you're talking about, it really doesn't matter if you have like the plant and whatever tokens, because that's literally with your gift zone. If you know what I mean by that.
I may be weird that you would be combining Shadow Army tokens with plant tokens, but I mean, wait, how would you even? There's no. I'm more or less trying to be silly, but yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think it's so I had the bright idea because of Bushiroad, and this is at the time. When they created Dragonic Blade Master V era, I chose to do 100 imaginary gift token or imaginary gifts, and then I said, okay, one of these days I'm gonna be that guy, bring 100 imaginary gifts, and oh, I see tokens. I'm gonna bring 100 vision tokens, and whatever plant token, whatever I can, and literally just stack it right at that imaginary gift zone. You could technically do that because that isn't part of your deck. The gifts only really helps, with according to your deck, and you don't get penalized for, having different gifts in your marker zone. I mean, in your, gift zone or whatever you call that. Since you should have one of every gift just in case something happens. Chaos Breaker. Yeah.
Okay. I'm working on solving the problem. So last week, I'll get you guys going on this one. So I was trying to pose a question last week where I would feature it in this week's episode, but I don't think anybody commented. So I'll just ask you guys. So the question was last week, now with the new restriction list, the new premium ban list update, whatever, what decks are you building and for which format? So this can apply to anything. So like, what are you guys working on?
Ooh.
Okay. So I'm just gonna straight out say this: my Bermuda deck, I figured it was gonna happen. With 12 getting hit and everything. That kind of got thrown out of the window.
Yeah, a little bit.
That got thrown out of the window. But I mean, I'm still. There's still ways to bring it back, so it's not really that big of a deal with, no Revere or anything like that, no Superior Red Revere. The one that, ever since, like, all the chaotic things going around and everything, I kind of went casual for premium. Just kind of like having a little bit of fun here.
Thanks for the follow. Okay, so there's gonna be a black square that appears on screen. Just giving the viewers a heads up. I'm gonna fix the chat box.
I see it.
So just give me a moment.
So I'm at a point where I kind of decided to just play Link Joker in my premium format. Now that doesn't mean I don't play another deck. My secondary, more serious deck. My serious deck would probably be my Dragonic Overlord deck. So Kagura or Overlord and Friends. That would probably be my premium deck right now, and I'll tune into. I'll talk about the other stuff, other like DNV era in a bit once probably we get to that. But premium wise, Kagura
and. Wait a minute, Alex. I don't suppose you used to be on an app called Anemo?
I've never used Amino before.
I think I tried it before, and I couldn't get the hang of it because it's like this weird centralized, like it's a social app, of course, but it's just like every third or sixth, eighth icon was an ad for something, and it's just like, what is this?
Oh yeah, no, I've never used Amino.
Okay, so the chat box is fixed. So we go.
I've seen a couple of my favorite YouTubers like promote it before.
Okay.
Let's see, because I knew someone who also used the name Kaito on there. Yeah, Kaito's a fairly, I want to say common name depending on the franchises that you like.
A lot of Japanese franchises or like Japanese names tend to use that name. I personally like it as an alternative.
Yeah.
So.
No, well, that's what I have on screen for you. So.
Wait, thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, no,
He also played Link. Oh.
What the heck?
Talk about coincidences. Oof, all right.
Yeah, that's a big coincidence. And the next thing you're gonna tell me is that guy also was also a judge, and then I'm like, I don't know. That's not me.
That'll be mad funny. I'm not even gonna lie.
Big brain, right? Big brain.
Unga Mujo, Chungus brain. Let's go.
No. I don't use Amino, have no clue.
Yeah. I just need to vent about Facebook real quick. Facebook is just like don't get me wrong. I like Facebook still. It's easy to use, but it's just been, like, I think all of us can relate to this at least a little bit, that we used the Page Manager app for so long.
Yeah.
Because I would always do it on the go, like on the way to college, or during lunch or whatever, or while I'm working, admittedly. And then it changed to Business Suite, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like, it's a little odd, but
yeah.
And then it just kind of had that phase where it's like, oh hey, Instagram 2. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that thing was annoying. I deleted it. The thing.
Yeah, so the thing about Samsung, or at least mine does. I'm pretty sure yours does.
Mine does, probably, yeah.
So you're able to set up the same app, but have it be one account per app. So what I've done is for my phone at least, and when I need to post on it, I'm like, okay, I have the main Facebook app for my own personal Facebook, which admittedly I hardly use anymore.
Right.
And then I have the other one for the page, and that kind of works. That kind of it does what it needs to do, but at the same time, it's just like, wow, this is, where are all the things that I used to be able to do? And it's just
it's changed so much,
and like that's kind of why like the content on the Facebook page has just been like barely anything, or it's like, oh hey, I made a funny meme. Oh, I'm streaming. Oh, 12-foot tall T-Rex skeleton in my front yard, streaming.
Right.
And it's just like, at least on Twitter, it's like, because I kind of feel like there's like this barrier. Like there's like a layer barrier within Facebook where it's like, okay, you have to have your own real account, and then you create the page, and then you interact with your audience. As opposed to Twitter, it's like, you just make your account. There you go. You don't have to be a person just simply wearing a page mask. It is just, there you are. Okay.
Right.
I just needed to get that out of my system, because like, I don't know, since Ash left, I've just been really contemplating about just like quitting a lot of things, and I'm just kind of like, I wouldn't want to delete it, but at the same time, I get her. Yeah.
I left mine. I left mine alone. I mostly haven't had time to post anything, like even ranking related stuff, right? I normally would have, but geez, like when real life hits you hard, it hits you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of have to prioritize, but at the same time, I'm one of those where I just didn't want to get rid of what I've done.
Yeah.
I left a lot of memories on there that is not on my phone, and so I'm like, I'm not getting rid of this.
Yeah, you try to look for the Silverthorn Luthier page, and the good one isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
The good one?
I mean, that is true.
No, like for reals.
not
Like
wrong.
I remember when all the page started, she started her page, and then her multiple pages, and then there was another Luthier page that barely interacted, and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna promote this one more because obviously it's my friend and they're being active.
Yeah.
I made like a whole tribute video and nobody watched.
Yo, Nathaniel, let's go.
And one of the questions I saw a little while, and I didn't ask just to make sure, by Dorsey 2135 was,
Right.
what do you guys feel will be the top 5 decks right now, and do you feel Chaos is making a comeback? And I wasn't sure
in premium case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was asking because premium or V or whichever.
Which format? Wait, I mean, it's
Premium.
obviously not standard.
Premium specifically. So
Yeah, no, I figured. Okay, so top 5. Okay, so let's talk. I think we talked about this last week, but so my top 5 at the moment. Now these are, I actually shouldn't call them top 5. I think they're more like front runners, if you will.
Right.
Like they're here are the estimated, like, based off of all the information we have, here's who I think is in contention to be top. So Gold Paladin still has that potential. I'm not
yeah, most definitely.
Like it's not even the bias thing, because I'm a Gold Paladin main, heart and soul. I'm gonna get that tattoo eventually, but it's that, okay, hey, yeah, the Ultima Overtrader thing, yeah, that hurt us a little, but now it's like, hey, we have choices now.
But it was well deserved.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. That's death. That is death. So definitely Ezel's up there, and it can go in a couple different routes. You could go, like, there's Sol and Vanguard posted up on the Zero Damage Gaming site the premium deck depository, which is just a bunch of, like, sample deck lists to kind of go off of for every clan. And a lot of them are cool. There's 2 Ezel decks there, and I like the mid-range one personally, but like there's Cloud Eagle, Cloudwing Eagle or whatever, and it's a 5k and it gains 5k every time something's called, and I'm like, oh hey, that's actually pretty darn good, but I don't like it at 4. But again, it's a sample. So again, there's a couple different Ezel variants.
I'll agree with you on that. The Ezel for sure,
oh yeah, most definitely.
and mostly because, like,
100%.
The reason why personally is because the deck has superior ride speed, and even with some of the crippling things that happen to it, that still doesn't stop it. You know, like, it's the fact that it has the ability to do so. It's not like Bermuda, where, you know, it's you have to draw one of your 4 pieces of it to get it. This one's like, oh, I have this or that or this or that, and it's like, okay, you know. But that doesn't mean, you know, it's OP as heck. It's just,
yeah,
you know, it's just nothing.
Another consideration is the cross.
Yeah.
16 crit,
yeah,
the cross.
that's true,
16 crit, the cross is just, it's still there. I'm
personally
curious to see what
go
happens.
12. I personally go 12, mostly because I don't want to die.
I know. I'm
got
just
that denial Griffin still, so
yeah. I'm just saying. Hey, this is the 16 crit, the cross. You just throw in better crits, and you get a G zone. You do the same. Oh, and you have the addition of Legion.
Yeah, right.
You got Legion, you got Denial Griffin, you've got many ways to search it with search the cross with Ignitor Dragon. You've got, like, what else? Yeah, the Legion, like you said. And going first, it doesn't even hurt because you've got V cross. So that's even more. That's, you know, that just makes the deck even more deadlier. And then with the addition of, like, all this, and with the addition of Turnabout, it makes it even better.
So that's 2. Okay, yes, Bluish Flame is good. Dirty Bluish Flame is good, but I'm not going to consider it, like, it's not a top contender yet. No, hold on. Now
to the thing that made it broken in
that's
at
true.
the time, a standard format. But
that is true. But just at the moment, I'm not going to put it as a top contender, because I kind of want to be like, oh, I don't want to put, like, all the top 5 Beetle Paladin decks. No, I want to try to diversify.
That makes sense.
And I think the one that's immediate is the Superior Ride, you know, GB8 Turbo or whatever. So the third deck, I think, is I would say there's been a lot of interesting stuff going on with Harry.
Shadows. Oh.
Harry.
Harry, huh?
Madhya builds, Harry from V Premium. There's a lot of stuff going on. I see a lot of people experimenting with it, and I'm just kind of like, you know what? Pale Moon's always been a technical deck. Let's see where it goes. I'm willing to bet somebody's gonna figure something out within the restrictions, and go from there. I'm gonna mute myself for a moment because my cat decided to be a crackhead and is hiding in a corner I don't want him to be in.
Bruh.
So I'll be right back.
No worries. I feel like Harry is definitely a good deck. Like, it is a good contender. My problem with it is, I think there's, like, a consistency issue, because now that you can't combine Periton with Trapezus, because you have to choose one or the other. It makes it where, like, a lot of you're gonna have to rely on cards that say, oh, shove it into soul on hit, or like some other things, or you have to rely on other like strides, like the Harry stride, for example, and stuff like that. So like it kind of downpowers it because the interaction that it used to have in premium. But it is powerful. Like Pale Moon in general is just a really powerful deck, and legit, if you don't know what the heck you're going up against, or if you don't know the matchup or anything, you can easily lose within like the first or second stride.
Yeah.
That's true.
So let's see. Fourth. What have I been seeing? I know I've been seeing more. I just can't think of them at the top of my head.
I want to say Shadows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, be specific.
Luard.
Okay.
Well, Luard. There's no other Shadow Paladin deck. It's straight up
Yeah.
Luard, bro.
I don't know. I think
high on the pedestal is ridiculous.
So originally, it was PBD Luard because of Bendy. Now,
Yeah, you're right.
Now it's pure Luard, and I've seen pure Luard go in action still. I still have the deck. Ezra is still really strong. Luard himself is really like not new Luard, not V Luard. I'm talking about OG Luard.
OG Luard, yeah, he's still one of the few OG units that's still being used.
Yeah. That, and then you combo with the Morfessa stride. Oh man, that deck is insane. Because
although a lot of people are at the moment speculating about Revengers.
So that is actually my next thing on the pedestal. It really comes down to how powerful Raging Form is in premium. Like, I get it, Wrath is good, but in comparison to the problem here is you're gonna need to run Raging or regular Raging Form, and you're also gonna have to run Raging Fall. Is it Raging Fall? Or,
Yeah, it's Fall. It's Raging Fall. It's the same
Raging
acronym.
Fall.
You need Fall, and you need Form. So that's like the spiel with that. Like, you're playing those specific, and also the deck doesn't have any recycle. And if you're not careful, Raging Form can actually run out of stuff, resources wise. But that doesn't mean it's bad. I'm not saying the deck is bad or anything. I've played the Raging Form deck in Prim, and it is dumb. Like, I tried to do a Phantom Abyss Raging back in the day. It was hilarious. I still have my Raging Phantom Abyss deck. It's hilarious. It's just just there. But it doesn't mean I think it's a wait and see until we get Raging Fall, and then the interaction with all the new cards.
Again, these are kind of the top 5 what we think could be front runners. I have like a few different
ones though, but
I have a few other ones.
I got 2 more. I got 2 more.
What's the other?
So I had Ezel, the Cross, Harry. I believe Ghosties have a lot of potential.
Oh, I actually forgot about Ghosties.
And
Ghosty didn't even get any hits this time.
No, Ghosty did not get hit at all.
Yeah, no.
Actually, no, it did. It was Zarzan. Zarzan was the hit. But that doesn't matter anymore.
My friend who plays the Ghosty deck in Canada, he's gonna kick my butt because I didn't even remember that. Grand Blue Ghosties. Beatrice is just a dumb card.
I've been playing the deck. I got the deck fairly recently from a friend, and I'm like, you know what? I really like this deck. Yo, I got 8 attacks if done correctly. Heck yeah.
You can do more.
More than that. I haven't figured out how to do more than that. I've just figured out the 4, and I'm just like, I like this. I like this a lot. And then I think my last pick. Let's see.
I think it's around 10, but yeah. My friend did 10 at one point, and that involved using the trigger Ghosties.
There's one more deck I need to think of that would be in a top 5. I believe.
I'm gonna throw.
You know what? You know what? People have been playing around with Regalia.
Yeah, Minerva. Yggdrasil with Minerva Stride. Yeah,
Right.
it's dumb. The deck, because there's no cost related to it. It's God, the deck is
Oh
dumb.
no.
Also because you still have Marduk. You can if you go first with Genesis and you Marduk your opponent, you're essentially your next stride is Minerva. So it's doable.
I never thought of it that way, but that actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I've seen people do it where
So those are my top 5. My top 5 for everybody who's just joining. Top 5 decks I think will do something in premium for my front runners are an Ezel variant of some sort, the Cross, Harry, Ghosties, and Regalia.
Wait. Ezel, Cross, Ghosties, Regalia. What was the last one?
Okay, Ezel,
Got that.
the Cross,
Uh-huh.
Harry,
Oh, Harry. Right. For some reason that
Ghosties, and then Regalia.
I'm just writing it down so I know like which one I
Like those are what I think.
Right. No, I wanted to like just make sure I
Hey.
yeah.
You're a wizard, Harry.
God. No, it's you're a hairy wizard.
You're Harry would listen.
You brought it up. So interestingly enough, right? I agree with Ezel and the Cross being, and Ghosties being among the top 5. My change is actually gonna be Messiah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Premium Messiah.
Oh,
And the
because we're
reason-
getting the promo, right? For the grade 4 guy? Finally?
But no,
Yeah,
not that specifically.
Okay, not that specifically. Okay.
Eel Guardian.
Oh.
Hey man.
So
At least you're not playing Mega Colony where they can get through Ghidorah.
okay. Oh well, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
fair point, fair point.
Cal, I got a funny story to tell you. Just remind me after we're done with the segment. I got a story to tell you.
Did I just bring up an old wound? Okay. So the reason why I say Messiah is because the Heel Guardian is a really good addition to the deck. Mostly because of a specific grade 2 we got in V by the name of Remarkable Burst Monk. You go, I've actually seen it in action where you go, you ride Harmonix Messiah, you stride into Basaltus, attack, and then you try to force lock your Remarkable Burst Monk. You unlock it, and because your deck is like a lot of grade 3s, like
I see
between
what
the
you're
grade 3
doing.
that you ride for the Messiah.
You're
and
trying
the
to
Heel
bastion
Guardian,
it up.
Literally, you just reveal the top card. Oh, it's a grade 3. Restand the Basaltic Messiah. Attack again. Do it again. You just you look. If you can loop it with 2 Remarkables, it's ridiculous. The other addition to why I think Messiah is a good deck, we have the 0 triggers.
The 0 triggers.
Okay. Do you know about the Rebirth crit? The Overlord crit?
Oh.
I mean, sorry, that's the same card.
The grade
crit,
the grade 3
Chaos
prize.
Crit
Right.
from 0.
Yeah, that's right.
We're getting physical cards of them. The only problem is you have to win them, or you gotta pay like a
I'll be right back. My dogs are barking up a storm. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh.
But keep going. You have an audience.
Yeah.
No
so-
death
sorry.
space.
No, sorry. And I just saw someone's message on my thing. My apologies on that. But yeah, so the fact that you can play the grade 3 crits and stuff like that, it makes it where your Remarkable Burst Monks just trigger. It's stupid. And the thing is, you don't even need to play the freeze rebuild. That's just an added bonus, in my opinion. So yeah, Messiah is actually one of the ones I feel would be a really good one, only if you know how to build it or play it in that type of sense. The second part, let's see. I mean, again, well, remember those are 5k crits, so it's not like they're so OP or anything. The only thing about it is just you got to Restanding Vanguard multiple times if you can't stop it. The other thing is, I don't know, like the 5th deck. Oh, grade 3 crits. Well, I mean,
Okay,
you've heard of the grade 3 heals, so I mean, the grade 3 crits is just a 0. It's from 0.
Yeah, it's just styled like Vanguard 0, but they're promo cards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I've actually seen people play it. It's just that, yes, you're downpowering your crits, but that doesn't mean much when you can just restand with Messiah. I still need to look at the legality of playing it, but even then, if it's like, oh, hey, you know, if I get to play those, you know people will play them.
There you go.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Messiah, what else?
My 5th one, I want to say, and like, this is based off past experience, and mostly because, I didn't see a hit for Mega Colony. Redora.
Ooh, spicy.
Ooh.
So, based on my experience, and this is based off of my experience as a judge, I've seen Gridora climb its way up and be like a dark. Is that what it's called? A dark horse?
Yeah, a dark horse.
A dark horse, yeah.
Yes, I've seen it be a dark horse and come up and literally just like base roll through Ezel and everything because of that of the Gridora stride effect and whatever you kind of put into that. Like you play the
GB
deck
skill,
right? Yeah, you play it right. The deck can actually like, lack for a better term, and I'm not trying to pun, stun the deck.
That's what it does. It's not really a pun. I mean,
yeah. Well, no, because it's like, it's not really a keyword, but it's like,
if you were to be like, it paralyzes.
Right. But yeah, like, that's the one dark horse deck that I feel would be among the top 5 that could potentially do something. And not many people expect it. That's the thing. So, yeah.
Okay,
But,
Kel,
yeah,
what are your top 5?
All right, so
Yo, thanks for the follow.
Hey, new follower. All right, so my top 5 is a little bit like it's like a little unorthodox. So for the 5th deck, I believe will probably be I can actually I could put like Redora as a 6 actually, but 5th deck I could believe is Great Nature, Big Billy specifically.
Ooh.
But then again, I'm still trying to like test out like Chatnor, and I'm also trying to test out how good Isabel does. But like, Big Billy could just gather hand for like no apparent reason, and now that we have cards that can guarantee kill your own rear guards, and it's, in my personal opinion, one of the few decks that can actually work without striding that much, I definitely feel like it's a good contender. Plus it has it has 3 different ways of utilizing Zoa as well.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it has the Monoculous Tiger that can prevent you from using Sentinels. It has Talented Rhino that, although it doesn't prevent you from using Sentinels, it prevents you from using Zeros. So like, going against like, let's say anything that's not a Protect clan, you can more likely get a win from that using it. And the third one is a very underrated card, which is Burden Kangaroo. It came out in set 11, the Storm set, the Storm Cavalry set.
Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater and the attack is 20k or higher, your opponent can't use Sentinels. But I don't understand why nobody really uses the card.
Wait, this grade 2 guy? Are you for reals? Really?
Yeah.
It might just be the no Sentinel, right? I mean,
It might just be the fact that, oh, it has to be 20k or greater.
Which is very easy to do because Zoa gives you almost a million.
Well,
So-
no, Zoa gives you almost 100,000.
Oh yeah, 100,000. That's what it is. Yeah, it gives you almost 100,000, so it's definitely going to be way over that.
yeah. I
So
mean,
let's-
I think it's just because a lot of people now have like so many G guards and stuff that can kind of, 3-card block 99,999. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Not every clan has it though, but like some. I actually did like a video on that, like I think last week, where I was talking about no, not last week, on Monday. I was talking about like how we need more G Guardians in the game.
Because
I feel-
LE level. We don't need anything LE level.
Well, we don't need nothing LE level though, but like let's be real, you have clans like, let's say, like Kagero, and then you also have like Grand Blue and everything else like that were blessed with good strides. I mean, not strides,
G
well,
Guard.
yeah, strides too, but G Guardians.
Right.
But then you have, like, look at Murakumo for a prime example, where both of their major ones that's not the GB1 locked one is very situational. It's like, oh, you have to have a rear guard on the field. Okay, that's cool, but what happens when I'm going against Narukami and all my shit is
Bounded.
everything is binded? Like, what am I supposed to do now? Just a 15k one? I can't.
It's
do
in
nothing
hard
with that.
prison. It's
Yeah,
in maximum
exactly.
prison.
Who's even playing Muras anymore? Hey.
Wait. To be fair, they have Shirayuki still. I don't know why everybody's sleeping on Shirayuki.
That's a first.
Yo, I'm definitely not sleeping on Shirayuki. I've got the deck here. I just need to, like I can build it if I want to, if I really want to invest in it. But I got the base here, so yeah. I mean, but to be fair, if it's not Shirayuki, who even plays Murakumo?
I mean, I'm still going with Yasui. I don't even care. I'm still going with Yasui. And we about to get my boy Hiyaki back. Let's go.
Oh
That's
shit!
true. That's true. Hyaki reverse is coming back. That's true. The reverses. Yeah, I'll agree with you there. Yeah. Oh, and also my one comment to your big hand for great nature. That's why I run integral. I'm like, hey, nice hand. Let's just shuffle it back to our decks, please.
I fucking hated that card.
You were not the only one. You and Ash were. I remember Gear Chronicle or Zodiac Time Beast players are like, I have this 20 card hand. You can't do anything against me. I'm just going to redo Heritage and I'll win. Yeah, integral. Shove that back into your deck. Please.
Morphine jar.
Like, yeah,
it's
well, it's morphing jar, but goes back. No, I want to say fiber, but it's not really fiber jar. But yeah, it's like, yeah, nice 20 card hand. Go back to 5.
It's reload jar.
You put
Let's
the
go.
over trigger back in the deck.
Oh God. Hey, if I draw my over trigger, I will gladly shuffle that back into the deck. And if I can like restand Integral Messiah through Remarkable Burst Monk, I'll do that too.
Oh my God.
The plays, man, the plays. But no, yeah.
All right.
Technically, Gear Chronicle is the clan. The ZTB is the sub clan. So it's like,
Yeah, pretty
okay,
much.
I'm not technically wrong.
Yeah,
That's
you're
like
not
saying
wrong.
Overlord and Friends is Kagero.
I mean, now that, like, what's his face been shot to death, Blade Master, it kind of sort of is again.
Right. Overlord and Friends.
So
now.
let me ask you guys about that, because I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, and I'm just, how do you guys feel about how they handled that ruling with restanding Valkyrion and the Vision token not having drive checks after they restand.
Was needed.
I'm
It
fine
was
with
needed.
that.
Well,
was
I mean,
needed.
do you think that there could have been another way to get the same result?
Well, I remember like a mass majority of people were all like, "Oh, just limit all the stand triggers to 4."
Oh, thanks for the follow,
Or one.
Narwaffle. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I heard about that too. So many people were like, "Oh, just hit it to 1, hit it to 4 only, or you're only allowed to play 4 stand triggers if you run, a Valkyrian deck or a Vision token deck." Or
Honestly, like for me personally, I was just like, here's the easiest thing: you just choice restrict Valkyrion and stand triggers.
Oh yeah, no, that would.
That was actually my choice. Actually.
And then you choice restrict stand triggers with Blade Master Soen. This way, if they want to play Blade Master, or if they want to do the Vision token restand bullcrap, they have to play the bad Blade Master.
Bad Blade Master.
Well,
He's not wrong.
because you already have you have to soul blast at grade 3 and have 2 other units on the board to get the Vision token.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see here. Hi guys, new to Vanguard after playing Yu-Gi-Oh for years. Just here to learn, trying to play. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome to the superior. Yeah, in English, welcome to the superior card game, I guess, in a sense. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I mean, like in Yu-Gi-Oh wise, I still like Yu-Gi-Oh for like the small sense of it of things, but I will never play the game anymore.
I won't.
So
I won't
with,
play the game competitively.
Yeah.
Sorry for that's the better way to say it.
Yeah, you will not catch me dead, at a regional event unless someone's like, oh hey, I'll pay for you. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just give me packs.
If they give me a deck, teach me how to play it, and then throw me at a regional just to do it, sure, I'll do that.
So like in terms of like before the whole thing started, I was like, we can talk crap on Yu-Gi-Oh if we wanted to. And this is a great transition to doing so. So lately, I've gotten myself into wanting to build Noble Knights.
I saw that.
So people who don't know, it's a bunch of warrior monsters that are fire, and they have swords. And I'm like, this is a very paladin thing. Like,
that sounds like Noble Knights to me.
Well, it's Noble Knights, but with fire. And I'm like, oh hey, Immortal Phoenix Gearfried is really cool. So I'm like, yo, love this. So I've been kind of wanting to play. Just kind of that, and I talked about it with a friend, and they're just like, well, the deck's dead because they lost their best card. I'm like, okay, so you can't hand rip the opponent with a smoke grenade. Oh, boo-hoo, you lost your unfair advantage. So what?
You can still function.
Yeah, I like Vanguard a lot. It's a little hard to find locals. You know what? Finding locals now. I mean, depending on the area, depending on where you're from, may be easier now than it was when the game started.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You could go onto the website, the official website, and you can look up are there any shops in your town or country, state?
There's also Discord too. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, there is Discord aplenty.
Yeah, I mean, like I as much as like I don't like remote fight too much personally, it is a good way to start. So it's not.
That's true.
So it's a good way to meet people and
like the cool thing about Vanguard, like one thing I will praise Vanguard always, and especially now, is it is so easy to get started.
Yeah.
Playing Vanguard.
Yeah, you're actually right.
With the start decks being $4 or $5 in some places, perfect, absolutely perfect. And then, a lot of people already have all the stuff they want, or they've been pulling pots and they have an excess of stuff. So it's not difficult to really finish your deck. Let's see here. I do have one that I play Yu-Gi-Oh in on. Just not as many players as Yu-Gi-Oh, but everyone I've met so far plays is so nice. Oh, that's good. Bought the Brand 8 starter. Nice.
nice.
Oh, they're taking everybody to horny jail.
I mean, hey, it's about to get even better at that point.
It's such a funny joke, and then, but a joke can be done so much. It's just like, okay, that's kind of annoying. Another friend of mine was just like, no, I'm not gonna call it horny jail. I'm gonna call it go directly to jail. Do not collect $200.
Monopoly jail. Okay, Monopoly.
Yeah,
jail.
Monopoly jail.
Pretty much. I mean, drawing the community, it can be tough, but as long as you're nice and you're willing to sit down and have other people come sit down with you, I think you shouldn't have a hard time growing it. Like, so I've started to go back to. I'm starting to go back to my locals on Saturdays because I've really been burnt out of Overdress.
Right.
And I was purposely playing a bad deck because I guess deep in my mind I'm like, I want something to complain about.
Damn.
So I took Phantom Blaster apart, and I'm like, I'm putting Bastion back together. I want to go to locals. Let's see how it goes. Plenty of time has passed. Lyrical's coming out this weekend. There's gonna be a variety. Let's go. And we'll just kind of see from there how things go.
True.
Just it's welcome to the Brandy.
I mean, I'm a Brand Gate player, main Brand Gate player, so that's why I'll say it.
I'm gonna just be real with you. I'm just waiting for Space Mommy Dummy.
Yeah, I already got my.
Wait.
Set up.
Which one?
I think there's only one. It's Gravina.
No. Have you seen the art for the new Seraph Snow?
Oh, that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. That one's getting. I'm getting that deck. I'm updating that. My deck. So for sure.
That was funny when that card got announced. I was all like, "Hey, I didn't know Ghidorah had a space sister."
I was just thinking that Sarah Snow's just done with everyone and just wanted to better effects.
So you guys know of the multiverse theory, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys remember in G when Ghidorah fought off against Kamui?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ghidorah's just like, I want you to be my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that episode a few times because it was hilarious. I rewatched it.
So yeah, I rewatched G fairly recently, but I'm just like, okay.
And I'm just gonna throw this.
Well, think about think of it like this.
Yeah.
There is a reality. Like, okay, yes, Vanguard's completely fictional, whatever. But let's just have fun with this. There is a universe where Ghidorah won, Kamui became Ghidorah's husband. The Krei units, Victor and Ghidorah, whatever happens, thousands of years later, here's Nordlinger. A Ghidorah-looking unit that is in the same nation as Victor.
Oh God.
Bro.
Oh God. That's Ghidorah got with the deleter. I would. Oh my God. That's probably why.
That explains a lot.
I still think Victor's the father. We gotta get Krei Mori up in here.
If Gravidia is
Extreme Battle of Victor.
If for some reason
DNA test is determined you are not the father.
If for some reason Gravidia gets support
I told
that
you
are
because I'm a
partially
robot.
I was gonna say if Gravidia gets support that's partial robots, I'm going to agree with you there. I will definitely agree with you there. Also, side thing, for those of you who do watch Vanguard, G Next is being streamed right now. So,
That's right.
They're doing a consecutive stream of, and right now they're on the because it's G Next, so it's the Fighters.
Yeah, so we're at season 4. We're near the end.
Yeah. So they did say that they were gonna do that. So.
Let's see. Will you guys ever live stream a card fight? So I'm in the process of getting things set up.
I have the ability to.
I can do it now. Now that I have the technology.
I agree.
But what I would like to do, and I'd like to take a page out of Chris's book, is bring the camera with me, record some live matches at locals, and kind of do that. Beyond that, what's weird was like, Chris does it, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, and like I'll share it, and I'm like, hey, check out this fight where I lose epically. But I had some anime psycholia moments, so it's worth watching. Then other people bring their cameras and they try to record matches, and I'm just like, okay, this is getting a little out of hand here. I do have a video project going on. I talked to my friend Tim about this. You guys know Tim. So we were kind of playing around with this idea. I'm like, hey, it'd be fun to do. What's that? Premium. Okay. 16 over triggers.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I did see when you talked about that.
Over triggers. So I posted on Twitter, and it got the attention of our favorite Bushy Road intern, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta do this now. So I hung out with I was hanging out with Tim not last night but the night before, and I'm like, hey, sometime in November I would like to sit down and record this. Like we came up with rules. We came up with like distinctions, some additional rules. So what we've done was we're like, okay, so we're gonna use 3 different kinds of over triggers for specific purposes. We're gonna use the Cardfight Vanguard Overdress over trigger as to be our discard for guarding, for G guarding. Like I know you can just simply guard with your with a heal, but in this case we're like, okay, we're gonna distinct this to be something that can be discarded for a G Guardian. We're like, okay, cool,
right.
Perfect. Then we're like, we can play 11 of the Prey Elemental over trigger, and then we play 1 of our nation triggers. That way, it still gives that kind of variety, that little bit of spice. Since all the other triggers will essentially do the same thing, the overdress ones will just be like discard for G guarding, because I mean G guarding is still better in some situations.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of an idea we're working on. We're thinking of deck ideas. He kind of threw a couple ideas out, and I'm just like, okay, I want to think about how I want to build the deck. Thank God the choice restrict is there for Ultima. Like, I wasn't even going to use Ultima for this, but I'm like, good. We can't. Good.
Right.
And I figured this could just be a little fun thing to be like, you know what? What would happen if we shift this game into maximum overdrive?
Oh.
And then as we're done, the game is just so weird to play. We're just like, we should have got the turbo.
Shift into the... No, I'm just kidding.
You know what's sad is people probably wouldn't understand that. Unless they were in our age group, people would not understand that.
Yeah, shift into turbo.
Oh, don't remind me of the age gap, because I had that experience the other day at work.
Yo, I have to experience that every time I go to locals, and I'm like,
my day.
like for reals. Like I'm 31.
Same.
I'm 31, and I go to locals, and like some of the kids there, and I call them kids even though they're older than 18, but they're kids, they're younglings basically. Yeah. And one of them bubbled in V Premium online this last online regional, and I'm just like,
right.
Oh, well, good for you. Thanks for giving me this existential dread. Thanks a lot.
Damn.
And so, like, on Mondays we have our little play group. Chris is sometimes a part of it, otherwise he's working. And then we have a couple other people, and they're younger than me, and I'm like, okay. I can come to terms with me being older. I feel like Ibuki very early. It's like, I am only 20!
Right. Right. I know what you're feeling. Yeah,
I'm
I know
31. I'm still young. And so it's like, and then I'll hear other players talk and say things, and they'll argue about stuff, and I'm just like, okay, people, calm down here. Calm down.
See.
As the mature adult here, both of your opinions are correct. And how you look at it, it doesn't really matter. It's a game.
Right.
You play the deck like this. No, you play the deck like that. I say you play it however you want. If one way works for one person, fine, so be it. If one way works for another person, even better. That's what I love about this game, is you can play it the way you want. And it's not detrimental to the deck at all, because it's like, it's not like in Yu-Gi-Oh terms where you're like, oh, I'm gonna put a beaver warrior in my deck just for random. No. Karibo I get, but beaver warrior?
Hey, that beaver can do stuff.
Leave it.
Give it a Horn of the Unicorn, and it's a 19K beater, man.
Get that trap card, the shield of the unicorn or whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a game.
Yeah.
See, even Chris agrees with me. Hey, Beaver Warrior with Horn of the Unicorn. See, let's go.
I remember like way back in the
Horn of
day,
the Phantom
I beat
Beast, let's
Hopeless
go.
Dragon with,
Hey, United We Stand was later.
That's true.
United We Stand was amazing.
Yeah, but you also gotta think anime-wise, Horn of the Unicorn was used more. If we're going to United We Stand, I might as well bring up Mage Power.
I love Mage Power. That was one of my favorite cards back in the day.
What was it? Baja Vilo with Mage Power? And United
Yeah.
and whatever's.
Oh yeah, I remember I beat Hopeless Dragon with like Happy Lover once.
So okay, so I'm gonna pick that topic here because I mean, like, and it relates to kind of. So
wait. Before you do that, I still have to do the top 5.
oh,
Oh yeah, what was your
son of a.
What was your fifth? Yeah.
We're over an
Okay,
hour
yeah.
into this.
I know. Like real quickly. All right, so I said Big Belly before.
Right, Big Belly.
Number 4 will be I would actually have to say Kagero does have like a big advantage, like with the X and whatnot, with the cross and whatnot. Number 3, I would have to say it's a tie between Spike Brothers and Tachikaze.
Oh,
I
you know what? I
forgot
forgot
about
about
Hard.
Spikes. I feel bad. Don't
Yeah,
let that one guy
because
know that I forgot about Spikes. I didn't forget about
Yeah.
Spikes. I just Hell Hard 8's there. You know, it's so weird because you're like Hell Hard 8, it's there, but it's like, oh, it's always there.
It's like
So
at the back of your mind every time.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Number 2, I don't know why both of y'all did not think about this. Greedon.
I mean,
Oh.
just as much as.
So I think
You're
the
not
biggest
running
reason
out yet.
so I didn't think about Greydon because we haven't seen all the interactions that it can do just yet. Like there's like the little bit of theory crafting that has gone on, but we haven't really seen the like it in full power yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So I agree. I'll say it's an honorable mention, if anything.
I'll wait until the actual thing. Like, I know what you mean though with Greedon.
And then number 1, I will arguably have to say Ghosties. And the reason being is I feel like it personally has the best defense in the game.
No, I agree. I actually agree with you.
Yeah, it has the best defense in the game. It has an out to almost every situation, and it can put up pressure regardless of what's going against it. So yeah, I would actually have to say Grand Blue would be the best deck.
Okay. So the question I wanted to ask, because we were talking about locals and stuff, is so how are you guys doing with Vanguard in terms of like your locals? Like, are you guys going to locals, or are you guys playing online, or
when did VBT?
It's complicated.
When did DBTO2 come out?
July, late
Was
July.
it really July?
It was July.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was in Texas at that time, so yeah, it was.
Okay. I have not been to my locals for a total of 3 months.
Oh shit.
Ever since I've been working, just a side note, I am a teacher, so I'm a math teacher. I've had no time to go, and every time I would want to go, I get out at like 5 o'clock or so, or 4 or 5 o'clock, and I get out at like 4. By the time I go home, get everything going, and then drive, my locals is an hour away. I get there at like 5:30, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother, because the amount of stress to drive there after, teaching and everything, I just don't want to deal with it. And that, and also some of the players there, they are, what do you call that? Like, it's not that they're new, but they're cocky.
They're annoying little shits.
Yeah, for a lack of a better term. Yes. Mostly due to like one or two singular people that I don't like, in a sense. I went when DBT02 came out. I got everything, went to the locals, because I had time. July, there was no work or anything. Went to locals, obliterated everyone, never came back again.
You just pulled a chat move on everybody.
I literally brought Orphis with me, and I just straight up killed. I killed Bruce. I killed Magnolia. I killed what is it?
You
Prison.
unalived them.
Yeah, literally, I just obliterated all of them. And it was. Oh, and what was it? Oh, and I went against Irina, and I just freaking face rolled that. No joke, and no contest. And I was like, really?
No cap.
I was like, okay,
as
sure.
the kids say.
This is sad. And so I kind of just like, no, I'm done. I'm done playing over there for now.
Okay.
Like, I needed to focus on other stuff. And so for now, I haven't been to the local scene for 3 months.
That dude pulled a battle beast.
Yeah. That doesn't mean I don't play. I do occasionally play every so often here and there. But I don't play
beast.
Yeah, right.
I can't wait for season 2.
Same. I can't either.
But yeah, I don't play. I haven't played locals for 3 months after that, mostly because just not really worth it. And yeah, but that doesn't mean that my skills as a card fighter faded or anything like that. Like, literally, I'll take on anyone still.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll take on anyone. It's one of those things where, don't count me out yet.
I just love the whole battle beast expression. It's just
God.
If you haven't seen Invincible yet on Amazon Prime, give it a watch.
Right.
Exactly.
So Cal, what about you and your locals? How are you guys doing?
Alright, so seeing that like I work Saturday when the locals I used to go to is like the most active. I have to get a card first before I can start going back to that locals.
Right.
Because I start work like at 3:15 and like I don't know why, but Lyft has been very slow. Like I will call Lyft and it will be like I won't even get somebody until like an hour and 30 minutes later for some reason. Yeah, it's weird.
I guess there, because of the general strike and stuff. I mean that makes sense, but at the same time, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the heck?
So, one of the people I like work with, he got me into White Swords, so we usually play on Sunday, which I can get more active over there. So I just been mainly playing Weiss, and like some of the people from the Vanguard locals do come to the shop that I go to now, but most of them be playing Overdress, and some of them actually have been getting into premium format as well. Like some of them are actually building decks.
Yeah.
But like when it came to Overdress, I'm very mad because like Mongolia isn't really that good, and Zorga's kind of meh. Like Zorga's good, but he's kind of meh.
Right.
Then I bought like what is it? I bought Eugene, and Eugene was actually pretty fun until I went against what's his face from Brand Gate.
Orphist?
No, not Orphis. I
Sarah
didn't win
Snow?
Yeah, Sarah Snow. Until I went against Sarah Snow, that's when everything like kind of went to shit.
Oh. Wait, what happened?
I just like that how Eugene was the meme. Oh, this is the worst deck ever. Now it's like, oh wow, this is actually pretty effing good.
Wait,
Yeah, he is.
So am I to assume that the reason why it's annoying is because like the prisoning and then you having to pay the cost, so sometimes you don't have it to do it?
Well, it's not only that, it's like they stall long enough until I deck out.
Oh, there's that, yeah.
Yeah, I've been noticing I've been decking out quite a bit. When I play Overdress, I usually deck out. But I mean, there's a lot of factors that are into it, but I'm just like, huh, I'm decking out. That's weird.
Yeah.
I know, right?
And it's like when you like go from premium or even V premium, and you're just like, okay, the game's going on quite a bit. Okay, I still have quite a bit of deck left beside outside of doing a whole lot of plays. Huh, interesting. Then you play Overdress, you're just like, wait, how did I lose all my deck?
Because now Overdress is all about endurance, which I kind of feel like Vanguard should have always stayed that way.
Well, no. It's not even just endurance. It's either you're playing the endurance game or you literally luck sack your opponent on the very early in one kind of thing.
That's true.
Because you over trigger at the right time and you literally kill your opponent. So yeah, that's one thing I've noticed with OD or Overdressed.
I don't know. Like when I'm playing Overdress, I specifically hate the over triggers because I never really draw. I always draw into mine. I never get a chance to really use it during a drive check. I think that only happened to me. Let me see. I started the Overdress thing like maybe June or something like that, and out of all the times that I played games with Overdress, I think I only hit the over trigger as in drive check maybe 10 times.
That's not bad, but yeah.
Every other time I'm always drawn into it, and rarely it's a defensive trigger.
Yeah, like I don't want there to be a way to recycle the over trigger because I know it can be abused, but I'm so tired of drawing into it and then trying to pretend that I'm happy.
I know, right?
Like, okay, so like my locals, like we have they do mandate, the mask or whatever, as long as you're vaccinated. Like if you're vaccinated, whatever, doesn't matter. But if you're not, wear a mask. Like I've taken the habit of, if I'm gonna play, I'm gonna wear my face mask. Not because, I think the person in front of me is sick, but because I don't want them to see my mouth when I draw into my over trigger or not.
The poker face thing.
The poker face thing, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
It's hilarious you mentioned that because I fake it till I make it. And it's weird. It's interesting because like my opponent and again this is also a one of those what do you call them tips and tricks. Yeah, I guess you can say tips and tricks as a player. Speaking from experience, if you draw your over trigger, have a good poker face. And also, don't be that person where you waste it early to give your opponent information. Because you wasted early as a guard, you essentially just gave your opponent the free info of, oh, okay, I can literally no pass you or 2 to pass and I'll be okay.
I will admit, giving out information is pretty much one of the hardest things of learning to play card games in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the one thing about it is like with Bastion, if you're playing Bastion, you're playing the normal ride line, you're doing nothing but giving information about what's in your hand.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you're only revealing 2 or 3 cards, but it's just like, yo, that's 2 to 3 cards. On top of calling something with fort skill, yeah, no,
Right.
no. No. That's why I'm playing the Phantom Blast or the Blaster Dart ride line in Bastion. And even then, I'm just like, okay, I'm not revealing as much information, but that top call, I mean, depending on what it is, could give away whether I'm actually playing Phantom Blaster or if I'm playing Bastion.
Right. Yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah. What is it? I've been leaning towards playing Dragonic Overlord and Overdress, and so a lot of times I literally make my opponent be scared for the overtrigger, because everyone knows Dragon Empire is overtrigger, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It stands for Vanguard. So when I draw it in my hand, every time, or not every time, but like a fair bit of times, my opponent will always assume, oh, because they didn't see it, oh shoot, is he gonna hit the overtrigger? Is he gonna hit the overtrigger? I just bait it so hard. So it's like, oh, I swing at your rear. Okay. No overtrigger. Okay, attack your Vanguard. And they're like, please no overtrigger, please no overtrigger. And it's like, instead I bait it with the crits. And they're like, oh, god damn it, crits. It makes it even worse, because it's like, oh, it's crits instead of the overtrigger. Because then now it's like, oh, I have to deal with 2 damage or whatever. And, and then once we finished the game, I showed my hand, and it's like, yeah, I've had the overtrigger in my hand. I'm like, oh my god, this is, it's so hard to, like, read the scenario.
I remember one time I was playing against someone at Lobos before I went off to Texas to go hang out with my dad. I was playing against my buddy, and I think I had 4 cards left in deck. We did a trigger count, and there was 12 triggers known.
Ooh.
And I think I had like 1 or 2 cards in hand. And I'm just like, Matt, there's a reality where these 4 cards are all triggers, and I haven't seen my over trigger yet.
Ooh.
And he's just like, F it, let's do it. And I'm like, okay, cool, darted, crit, and a front. Alright, let's go. Win. Okay, what was left? A crit. And the over trigger at the bottom. I'm just like,
oh.
We're in that good timeline, let's go!
When the OT is on the bottom. I mean,
I think I was playing Barra Magnus too at the time, so it's just like that just made it even better.
God. Yeah, I know that feeling.
Okay, so 2 more questions. So 2 more.
Wait. Real quick. I have a slight newbie question.
Okay, cool.
You know the effect of Saul in Musketeers, right?
Yeah. The new one, right?
The new one.
I'd have to pull it up, but yes, because it's been a while. I haven't. Oh, god dang it! I type in soul and Vanguard, and it pops the soul stage. How do you spell that thing again?
What is it? It is Musketeers Saul. I'm trying to think of like how you spell like licorice.
No, okay, I think I got it. It's
Is it the new grade 1 or the new grade 2?
The new grade 2.
Okay.
It
was the Legion mate.
It's with Vera, right? It's the one with Vera.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be easier if I just type in Vera.
Yeah, it's Vera's Legion mate.
Got it. So, Saul. Okay. Yeah. What about?
Yeah, I don't know why I keep calling Saul like that.
Saul?
Saul. Yeah, that's Saul.
It's all good, man.
Alright, but yeah.
Okay,
the question is like if the trigger you called was the over trigger, does the over trigger disappear?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because you're activating the effect, but I'm all like, wait, are you activating like the full effect so it has to disappear? Because...
So here's the thing, right? It says activate all of its trigger effects. It doesn't say
trigger
like,
effect. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm I'll have to check this because which I could do in like 2 seconds, but the thing with this one, right, is because it says perform this trigger effect before other cards' abilities. So I'm assuming if it counts the additional effect as well, then I have to look it up because there is one other card that does similarly where, oh, you trigger all of the trigger effects for it. And I forgot what card it was, but yeah, that rule actually comes up a lot. And if I remember, someone actually mentioned it. I actually brought up the ruling on it, and I forgot the ruling on said card. So give me a moment, and I'll tell you. And while we're talking about other stuff, I'll come back.
So while you're looking it up, so on the Discord, I asked you guys to come up with a question to ask for next week. Just think about that for the back of your heads for a moment. Maybe if you guys can, one of you guys can come up with a question. So now my other question.
That's a hard one.
So that question I'll ask at the start of the next episode, and then whether it's in the comments or not, or I ask my guests, the next guests, that question. It's to whatever. So
Okay.
with overdress, how do you feel about the new 8 trigger restriction, or 8 trigger limit, or 8 type?
8 crit, only 8
Yeah.
crit at most, 8 draw at most.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm 10% disappointed in it, a little bit, because, like, here's the thing. I remember, like, ever since G Guardians came out in, like, G era, we've never really seen that many 16 critical builds anymore, because it was difficult to pass up the opportunity of using a G Guardian to just throw in 4 more crits. And I'm all like, I felt like Overdress had the possibility of doing that again, where you can come up with 16 critical builds, but now that we can't do it anymore, it's that opportunity is no longer there.
So, like, I think the main reason why that happened was because of lyrical. Because there's
really?
there's multiple. They have multiple. They have multiple critical triggers. I think they have one for each ride line.
Yeah, they have 4 types of crits, so they could have went 16 crit if they really wanted to. Although they would have went 12 crit because of there was one specific deck that's really powerful, and it had the essentially the brawler idea.
Clarissa.
Yeah, I don't know the name. I just know that there was one that does it. You throw 6 or 12 crit in that deck, it's dumb, and it essentially gave way for 12 crit because
11 because you want over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, 11 crit. It also made it where next set on set 3, every deck could have went 11 crit. So yeah, they're trying to like minimize that. Also, I found the answer. The only time you trigger the so if an over trigger is called from the top of the deck with this with the automatic ability and the trigger effect is activated, will it be excluded? No, it won't, because the exclusion only works when it gets triggered on the trigger zone, not when it's on the rear guard.
Busted! What?
Yeah.
What? No! What?
Yeah.
Here comes a new premium idea for you now.
I mean,
over trigger from top.
Well, wait. The funny thing is, like, a couple of hours ago, I did like release the video of like a musketeer profile. So
Right.
I was like, yo, that's Pog. I'm not even gonna lie on that. That's Pog.
Right. But yeah, so that is what it. Yeah, so that will happen. So you do apply the additional effect at that point then, because the additional effect is part. Isn't the additional effect part of the? Or am I missing that part? I forgot.
I think the additional effect. I think the additional effect only applies when it's revealed on the trigger zone.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So it's okay. So it's when revealed as a trigger, remove that card, draw a card. Oh, okay. So yeah, so you won't get the additional effect. The additional effect will just be, null and void. It's just the very first part of it, which is getting the 100 mil and blah blah blah. So you only get the 100 mil and draw a card.
And then it just stays there, so I can just sacrifice it and put it back into the deck later.
Essentially, yeah.
Damn, that's busted.
Essentially, yeah.
Yo, what do you
But,
think of that strat? Yo, that strat is bussin'. Yo, that's bussin'.
It's funny you mention this because there is another card that does that too, where you would be able to trigger the trigger effect of the cards. I just forgot who it was. So, off the top of my head, I don't remember who does the exact same idea.
I'm something from OTT probably.
I think so.
Was it OTT? Yeah, I don't remember. We'll find out.
Because OTT is, I think, the only one that has that sort of thing aside from Unectar, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one of you guys. Oh, what?
You know what? To be honest, that whole ruling, I thought it was for a completely different reason. I thought.
Oh, the 8 crit, or I mean, the
Yeah,
8 trigger limit.
Yeah, the 8 trigger limit. I thought that was specifically because of like the backlash that everybody's been doing with Bruce.
Oh, with Derek. Huh.
I mean, that's also one. That's also one. They're probably early proofing it just in case something happens with that, because people are gonna think about playing 11 crit. I mean, I'll admit it. I would have probably played 11 crit when Set 3 came out for Olympus.
Yep, absolutely, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. Heck, I would have forgoed like 1 heal trigger just to play 12 crit. Just because. Yeah.
Because the over trigger is basically another heal trigger if done correctly.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Or even if it's not done correctly, it's still a thing.
1 less damage you're dealing with.
Bro.
Yeah. So. But yeah. That's I mean.
All right. I think we're gonna go ahead and end it here. One of you guys decide who asks the question for next week. I know I should have I should have figured out something sooner, but again, I
really couldn't think of anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kel,
You got one, Kel?
Or okay. So last week's question was, with the new premium restrictions in place, what decks are you building and for what format? So general question.
What it was. I see. Okay.
And if there's any comments I like in the future, or in between now and next week, I'll put them up on the stream. Otherwise, I'll just ask the next week's guests and go from there.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I guess I have a decent. I don't know. This might be a. So. It might be something to think about, but how does everyone feel about this long delay of specific types of support? So I'm talking about how, based off of how we used to, not how we used to, when we were playing Vanguard, we had release in like 1 to 2 months, like sporadic.
Oh,
right?
so you're asking how do players feel about getting new support every 3 months, basically?
Give or take, yeah, because I mean, from what, Brush of Legends to now Set 3, that's July to December. So that's literally 4 months, and then, or 5 months, and then now after that, we don't get support, or OD doesn't get support until February 11th,
which is just under 2 months.
Yeah, so like, this long hiatus, how did everyone feel about the long hiatus and then suddenly short hiatus kind of thing? Because we didn't get that. When we used to play, we didn't. When we used to play back in our day, back in G, and back in everything, all the way up to V and everything, we didn't have it like that. Like, format changed pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
At least every month and a half, or as early as 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks.
So my main question is, how do you feel about this long delay of support, and then suddenly getting like a 2 month, almost under 2 month support? Like, yeah, how do you feel about that?
How does that make you feel? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, not a bad question. Not a bad question. I mean, it's a lot more of a subjective answer, but I mean, yeah, there could be a lot of variety with it, and we'll see how next week's guests go with it as soon as I find them.
All right.
Like this whole idea is just to me to get people and talk and, you know, do things, and clearly this is fun. We've had fun doing this.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
And like I'll probably call on you guys again pretty soon. I want to try to get through a bunch of people if they're interested.
No, I mean, that's good to get new people because then you get fresh faces and, you know, more
fresh experiences and
more opinions, like more specific, more opinions from different people, because you know how everyone is. Everyone's different. It's subjective, like you said. So you'd rather get some subjective opinions a bit, because that opens up better, you know, arguments and everything.
A variety of opinions is the spice of life.
Yep.
Unless it's political, then no, we're not dealing with that. No,
Yeah,
we're not touching
Yeah,
that.
most definitely. Touch that with a 10-foot pole.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And thank you everybody who's joining on the stream, who's still watching. I appreciate it. And to everybody in the future watching this on YouTube, leave a comment down below. How do you feel about the gap between set releases?
Yep.
There we go. We can do it like that. And if I like it, I'll feature it in next week's episode, and we'll go from there. So again, thank you guys so much for joining us on Keter Discussion, where we just talked about stuff.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us, bro.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys want to remind the audience of where to find you and what to do?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So, you can find me on YouTube, Mr. Zoo Nation. You can also find me on Savage Armor Jones Giraffe on Facebook as well, and then Alicorn Lion on Twitch, which I'm about to stream in a couple of hours.
You can find me on Twitch on Kaito11 if you haven't looked at that. I do stream every so often on the weekends if I can, whether it's through card games or anything like that. I do have a Facebook page. It's the Starvader Chaos Breaker Dragon one. I haven't posted anything on it, unfortunately, so if you really do want to catch me on there, or catch me somewhere, go onto Twitch.
Or Chaos Snoopy on Twitter. Alrighty. Again, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna mute you guys here for a moment. Alright, thank you everybody so much for watching. Again, check out my friends and their wherever they said that to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. And make sure you check out the links in the description below. It's all my socials, my Patreon, and the discount codes for 50 cards and Zero Damage Gaming. And I hope you guys have a great night. Remember, stay safe, stay humble. Please wear your face mask. And if anything, please go get vaccinated. Alright, you guys have a great night. Peace out.